Yo, it's me, it's the SCOTT, and after a break to review some action films yesterday, today we are back with some Haunting Hour reviews, and also a requested review, which I will get to later today at some point. But this is for the episode of the Haunting Hour entitled Game Over, and while I do like the lead actor, Caleb Worthy, his character in this episode sucks. And we'll get to it. So, Caleb Worthy plays Kellraiser. Kelly the Kellraiser. He's supposedly the best video gamer out there, and he's playing a video game with his friend, and the storyline seems to be that he thinks he can do everything by himself and doesn't need any help, so he leaves his friend behind every time he plays the game, even though he could help him. He doesn't. And that, he's supposed to learn a lesson by the end. It's a standard kids TV show thing, but we'll get to the twist that sort of undermines this lesson he was supposed to learn, because it doesn't make any sense. So, first off, I'm going to point out a flaw in the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia says that the Game Master is voiced by David Sobolov. When David Sobolov does a voice in this, he's the Game Over voice in this. The voiceover thing. Game Over. Player 2. Game Over. That thing. Final level. He does that voice. But he's not the Game Master, and that's what they say. He's the voice of the Game Master. No, that's not even a voice. It's actually a physical performance played by Brandon J. McLaren, a.k.a. Jack, the Red SPD Power Ranger. And so, one thing I want to mention is, so they're playing this game, and Gooch, that's Kelly's friend, he gets stuck, the zombie pops up, and he's dead. But then the same exact thing happens to Kelly, and he pushes one button, it blasts the thing, and the zombie is dead. If it's that easy, I get, they're trying to say Goose can't play video games. But pressing one button, I could do that, and I'm not very good at video games. I don't suck. Well, if you see my playthrough, sometimes you could say I suck, but I'm okay. I would get that. Push the button. I could do that. They're trying to make it look like Gooch can't play video games and that Kelly's the best. But one button being the difference here? No. So, the character of Kelly, they're trying to make him as unlikable as possible so that when he learns his lesson, it's like, okay, now he's going to be a good person. But like I said, the episode's twist totally undermines what the lesson's supposed to be. So, like that, this guy, I'm Kellraiser, I'm the best video game player, I don't have to listen to anybody. He gets a message when the Gooch goes, they have the stereotype with the yelling mom that you never see, the yelling parent, like Big Bang Theory. Howard's mom, you never see Howard's mom, you just hear her. You get this stereotype character where you get Gooch's mom yelling and he goes upstairs and he's like, oh, hurry back. Kelly's like, oh, hurry back. He's like, what, because you need my help? No. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. And you need me something to drink too? Thank you. At least he says thank you. But, Kellraiser's basically a dick, is what he is. And he doesn't think he needs to listen to anyone. He doesn't think he needs to, do what he's told. If he had, well, then Gooch probably wouldn't have gotten in this mess, because we don't even know the fate at the end of the episode. So anyway, he gets a message from the Game Master telling him to come to an address alone. Now, he decides to bring Gooch. This walk they take to the address is designed to show you what the layout of the game is going to look like, because the game that he's going to play is real is their real life. So it's designed to show you what the layout's going to be, where they're going to go and stuff. But I don't know what they were doing with the camera. It's like, it'll show them walking, and they'll walk out of frame, and the camera will zoom in on, like, the guy raking his leaves, or the guy working on his car, or someone on the side. Just, for some reason, I'm going, what is that trying to do? I don't understand what they were, like, maybe they're showing their surroundings. I don't know. If they were trying to show, like, oh, there's people out here, and then when the game starts, there's not going to be. The only one that they really even point out, like, verbally, is the old man who's raking his leaves. And even that doesn't really make much sense, because when the game starts, he's like, where's the old man? I'm like, well, is he always outside raking his leaves? Because that'd be kind of stupid. He could be inside his house. I don't know. They make it sound like he's always raking his leaves for some reason. I don't know. So he shows up, and like they pass the bowling alley, and Gooch starts to go in, and he goes, because like he was waiting for Gooch. Gooch was taking a long time to get out of the house. He's like, come on, and then they stop at the bowling alley because Gooch has got to hydrate. He's like, man, I shouldn't have brought you. And I'm like, you weren't supposed to. That was the thing. You weren't supposed to bring him. And now you're complaining because you say, well, that's your fault. So they finally get to where they're going. And Kelly leaves Gooch outside and goes in and gets talked to and is given a game called Z-Town and says he's not supposed to share with anyone. Now, he does. And here's the thing. Like, we're made to believe that Kelly doesn't care about his friend. You know, because he's always leaving him behind. He's always, you know, doing his own thing. But yet he keeps involving his friend in this stuff. And it kind of contradicts what we're supposed to believe about him. Like, oh, you know, he thinks he's the best gamer and doesn't need any friends. That's supposed to be his thing. But he keeps bringing Gooch with him wherever he goes. Like, he's told to come alone, but he brings Gooch with him anyway. He's told to play the game alone, and he has Gooch play with him anyway. I don't know. So the game starts, and of course the game is like a real life game thing, so their world becomes the game. And like I said, the first thing they do, they go outside and they see that the old man raking his leaves isn't there, and they're concerned about it. Like, where's the old man? I'm like, he could be inside his house. Does he always have to be out there raking his leaves? I don't know. And then they walk through various places. They go to the bowling alley because Gooch is hungry, I guess, and he has to get a hot dog that's just been sitting there on the. That's where they meet the other two players whose names I don't know. And then they pick their weapons, which is the same weapons. And this is what got me kind of confused. So, in my eyes, the first two players are Kelly and Gooch. Yet Gooch is somehow player 4 and not player 2. Because when the little girl gets eaten or gets taken, they say player 2 game over. I'm like, no. Should be player 3 or 4. Gooch should be player 2. It's a minor gripe, but it doesn't make any sense because Kelly and Gooch are playing together. Kelly is player 1. So why is Gooch player 4? It makes no sense to me. So, after the girl is taken, the game master shows up on the side of the window or something in a screen, and then all of a sudden just asks, who's that? To Gooch. Like, he's my friend. Like, he needed a friend. Like, but here's the thing. As soon as the stuff starts happening, Kelly and them, they take off, and this allows the zombies to take the other guy that's with them. And I'm sitting there kind of just rolling my eyes going, okay, I get it. Kelly doesn't care. You don't have to keep shown me over and over again, and he doesn't care. I've seen so many times in this episode so far, Kelly doesn't care about anyone but himself. That's supposed to be the message. That by the end, he's going to know that he needs friends. And even that doesn't make any sense. So, one, this game's incredibly quick. I know it's a half-hour episode, but there's only 3 levels. Because I have level 1, and after the fight in the bowling alley, it gets to level 2. And then they take out the other 2 players, and then they go ahead. Gooch gets taken, and he gets to the final level, which is the boss fight against the Game Master. And we get to that, like once Gooch is taken, he's like, no, Gooch! And then he goes in, and he's like, then he, Game Master's like, okay, this is it, the final battle, you against me. Choose any weapon you want. And he's like, I choose my friends. And I'm like, well, friends, not the appropriate pronunciation here. Friend and 2 people you let die. I'm sorry. The way he says, I choose my friends, you don't know those other 2 people. How are they your friends? You know them for all of 5 minutes before they were taken. And yet they're your friends. And yet it's supposed to be his lesson that he can't do things by himself. He needs friends. He needs to have his friends to succeed. And indeed, they take down the Game Master, only for then the twist to be that if you beat the Game Master, you're now the Game Master and you're stuck in the game. We don't find out what happens to the other 3. He's just stuck in the game. Now he has to do the same thing to another player. That's stupid. You can't insert a lesson into a TV show and then put in a twist that completely undermines that lesson. It makes no sense. He has to learn to play well with others. And that's the lesson. He's got to learn to play well with others and work with his friends and know that friends are important. But nope, you're stuck in a video game now, so never mind. You're not going to have your friends anymore, and they might not even still be alive. So what was the point of having a lesson if it didn't matter in the end? Look, you pick one of 2 things. Either you pick the lesson or you pick the twist. You can't do both. It doesn't make any sense. You can't just say, oh, he's learned a lesson, but twist, now he's stuck in the game. And we're not going to tell you what happened to the other 3 because we're out of time for the episode. And even the way that the new player comes in isn't even the right way. Like, it starts out like, you're good. And the kid's like, well, yeah. And then he's like, you want a real challenge? Pause on the screen. Like, alright. And then it says touch screen, which is not how Kelly did it. But he goes to touch the screen and he's dragged into the TV. I'm like, what? That's not even how it happened. You cannot change the way. No. I understand he's the game master. He's in charge of the game. But you can't just do that. You know? The way I saw it is that they have to accept to play the game. They have to agree to play the game. Not accept, agree. Agree to play the game first before it can happen. You can't just drag them into the TV against their will. They have to agree to do this without knowing they're going to be stuck in the game. That's how it works. That's what I gathered from the Monster Mayhem, whatever his name was. Master Mayhem, whatever. That's the way I gathered, is that you have to trick them into playing the game, make them agree to play the game first. You can't just have them go to touch the screen and grab them, pull them into the TV. That's not how it works. And that, you changed your rules in the same episode. I would get it if they did this and then a sequel to this where it was changed. Because, writers, you can have different writers or things can change in translation from episode to episode. But in the same episode, you change your rules in the same episode. It makes no sense. Now, this by no means is a bad episode. It's actually one of the more memorable, which is why I wanted to review it. But still, it's it just doesn't make any sense. It's memorable for not making any sense. You know what I mean? Not a bad episode, decent, still doesn't make any sense. But it's a R.L. Stine kids show. It probably shouldn't make any sense, but who knows? Anyway, what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.